Hello everyone, this video will speak about purposes of review of literature. Literature review for research purposes. The overall purpose of a literature review is to critically appraise and synthesize the current state of knowledge relating to the topic under investigation as a means of identifying the gaps in the knowledge that a new study would seek to address. Hard purposes that a literature review is fundamental to the success of any academic research in that it ensures the feasibility of researching the chosen topic before the study actually commences. The main purposes of literature review is to explore the area of interest in view of narrowing down the topic. The next is to summarize and assess the state of existing knowledge. In this, the researcher is interested to find out answer to many questions such as what knowledge exists and it is generally accepted with regard to the topic. What questions remain unanswered? What aspects or approaches seems relatively explored? Are there significant problems or limitations with any of the research studies? Are there important differences or disagreements among scholars? And next is to identify the gaps in the current state of knowledge or analyze of the topic of interest. When a review of a literature is done extensively, it helps the researcher to find out the gaps in the knowledge relevant to the topic of his interest. To establish the originality in context of the selected research topic, it is well known that no knowledge exists in vacuum. Hence, it is rare that there is no study related to the problem decided by the researcher. Through literature review, a researcher can recognize these findings, discuss them, and point out their limitations, some of which will be addressed in the research. The next purpose is to compare the methodological approaches to the research problem. A review of literature identifies the various research methods used in similar problems studied by the other researchers. It also helps the researcher to compare these methods and decide the most appropriate method for the proposed study. A review of literature to raise questions for further research. A review of literature is done at every step of the research process. Throughout this process, the researcher develops a deeper understanding about the topic and it is also be able to identify many issues that may have remained unanswered, underexplored or overlooked. It helps the researcher to recommend the problems for further research. And next is to describe the relationship of each work to the others under considerations. A review of literature helps to describe the work done by others related to the topic. Through this, the researcher can compare the work done by other scholars and illustrate other ideas related to the topic. That is, how common or different they are. It also helps to explain why a particular idea or perspective is new. And to avoid duplication of work, through the literature review, a researcher can find out whether similar type of study is being done by the other researchers and if yes, then how to replicate it with a new perspective and to resolve conflicts among seemingly contradictory previous studies. Not such purposes. It is an assignment for an academic course to update current personal knowledge and practice on a topic, to evaluate current practices, to develop and update guidelines for practice, and to develop work-related policies. These are all the main purposes of literature review.